This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, rather, Chair Jackson and all of the Board of Commissioners. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Commissioner Pitcher just
evening.
called me and said that she's trying to get on. We refreshed, sent her a new link. Today's all virtual special board meeting will be very short. And that is because we only have 5 resolutions to vote on, and 2 of which called the full board meeting. 2 of the organizations made their formal presentations to the board. And I'm going to turn it over to, I'm going to have the Chair Jackson, have you call the order of the meeting to order. You can, and then we'll turn it over, if you will, to Attorney Patrick to start the meeting. Let me just do one administrative task. Let's see if Commissioner Pitchford, were you able to dial in to join us?
I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We were just waiting. Commissioner Chair Jackson, I turn it over to you to call the meeting to order.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate everyone being in attendance this evening for our special board meeting on today, Monday, February 22nd. I now call this meeting to order.
And I'll turn the meeting over to Patrick, legal counsel, to proceed on the resolutions for which we are here together.
Yes, sir. Before that, Chair Jackson, it does appear you have a quorum, but I'd like to do a roll call since we're virtual and just make sure we have all the commissioners recorded in the minutes who are participating remotely. So if I could, I'm just going to go through and make sure we have everybody. Commissioner Jackson, I know you're present. Commissioner Lewis, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Commissioner Elliott?
Present.
Commissioner McCray?
Here.
Commissioner Hardeman?
Here.
Commissioner Parker?
Here.
Commissioner Brody?
Here.
And Commissioner Pitchford?
Here.
And Commissioner Johnson. I think he identified he'd be absent tonight. Okay. All right. So you do have a quorum, Commissioner Jackson.
Thank you.
So we can move to the resolutions. And before we do so, Chair, I would like to, we do need a motion to waive the requirement that resolutions 2026-06 through 2026-10 be considered by the respective committee and be considered tonight for decision without a committee recommendation. Do I have a motion for that?
So
be
moved.
it.
I apologize. Who made the motion?
You can let Parker go. Both of us did it, but you can let him be on record.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Pitchford. A second? Commissioner Brody. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Elliott,
Aye.
McCray,
Aye.
Commissioner Hardeman,
Aye.
Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody,
Aye.
Commissioner Pitchford.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Resolutions for tonight can be considered. So the first resolution we have is Resolution 2026-06, and the resolution regarding the issuance of multifamily housing revenue bonds for the acquisition, construction, and equipping of the approximately 230-unit Commerce Heights apartment multifamily housing facility to be located in the city of Richmond, Virginia. Do I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second it.
Commissioner Brady, second by Pitchford. Is there any discussion?
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir, Commissioner Lewis.
Yeah, I know that we receive some proceeds over the life of the bonds. That is correct. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you may not have prepared this tonight, but is it possible in the near future and going forward that any bonds that are passed, that we can get an estimate of the revenue that will be generated over the life of the bond as part of the resolution?
Yes, sir. I shared that for this particular one at our last meeting, and we provide a quarterly update or bi-monthly update to you. So for closing, it's estimated at $90,000, and that's an estimated value that we would receive at closing. The annual payments, which will start 1 year after on the anniversary of the closing, is, and I know Attorney Graff is on by phone, is 1/8 of 1% of the balance that's left.
Okay, correct. But I'm saying, can we get like a schedule as opposed to the 1/8 over the life and all of that, but actual schedule of what the amounts will be?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Lewis, it's Mike Graff. But Cheryl, if I can pop in for
Yes.
a second, I think we're happy to try to do that. Just want to caveat it with the fact that at this stage of the proceedings, some of those factors that would go into estimating the fees are still estimates, like the final sizing of the bonds, the expected amortization of the bonds. But Cheryl, I can certainly work with you to provide a more detailed estimate to Commissioner Lewis and the rest of the commission on this one and then going forward.
Okay, I certainly realize that it is an estimate. You know, that's why I said estimate. The second thing is this revenue comes into as what? As unrestricted revenues?
Comes in as unrestricted revenues.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And if I might add, Chair Jackson, during the retreat, Sherelle provided to all the board members a really long document that had been worked on for months with SAFE that showed the amount of revenue that had been coming in for all of the various tax conduit bond financing projects. I want Sherelle to speak to that for a bit, because
Okay.
you know, your team put a lot of time in that, and it showed what that is. What SIG has done recently, Commissioner Lewis, is to now look at that and to say, hey, what is the total of that over the course of X amount of time period? And we're now aggregating that and placing that on the general ledger in a very specific place. But why don't you talk a little bit about, because you guys put a lot of work in that you shared with the board at the retreat.
Yes, it was in the board packets, and we have also provided it 2 other times before the board retreat. And it is a spreadsheet. Page 1 lists out our applications as they come in. It is a $5,000 non-refundable application fee. And then upon closing can take place 90 to 180 days. And I stand to be corrected by Mike Graff, but somewhere in that range. And we always provide the estimated revenue amount that we would derive at closing. The 1/8 of 1%, we will, as we get up at closing, we get a schedule, that amortization schedule. And from that, it is on the outstanding principal balance that we calculate that 1/8 of 1%. And they are invoiced. And we work with the finance department to send those invoices out. But we do get at closing the amortization schedule. Now, not all of them are amortized over several years. Some have, what do you call it, a bullet amortization, Attorney Graff? So
Yeah,
but
that's one variable, Ms. Hampton. Also, sometimes it doesn't start to amortize for a couple years during construction. So as I mentioned earlier, there are lots of variables, and then it could be prepaid, and so the amortization is not 100% predictable at the closing. But we can certainly try to provide a more thorough estimate going forward, subject to those caveats that
yes.
it's preliminary and subject to change.
And I just want to mention one other thing. You recall during the retreat, during Attorney Graff's presentation, he went back to the history. When I first arrived, developers were not coming and using our tax kind of bond program. What Attorney Graff shared during the retreat is the various reforms we put in over the last 3 years. And then I think there was then cited a specific revenue number that we have obtained, generated is the right word. And I think there were some oohs and ahs, but that was, I think it was by several members, and then Chair Jackson had to admit. I don't know if that total number has been 300,000. I forget what it is.
No, it's for the new applications. It was estimated at between 500 and 600 and something.
Yep.
But if Attorney Lewis would note in our financial records that SIG gave out for that quarter ending in December, I think it was 775,000 that came in, some numbers. Now, that may need to be aggregated out because there may be some more things in there than just bond, but the bond was the majority of that.
Yep. Okay.
I'm lost.
Be happy to provide that,
Again,
Mr. Commissioner Lewis.
No, that's not necessary. And, I certainly, I didn't think COO Nesbitt was going to call me out for leaving the retreat early, but I did leave the retreat early. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You didn't have to call me out.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you didn't have to call me out though, but I understand. But thank you. Thank you.
Are there any other questions on this resolution?
I would like to point out our developers are with us, Mr. Will Allen and Mr. Eric Smith, along with Attorney Hurlbert, along with our bond counsel, Attorney Graff.
There are no more questions.
And Ms. Hampton, I would. This is Richard Hurlbert, and while I don't feel necessarily compelled to make any kind of a formal presentation on this resolution, because I believe that that this board has, is familiar with this process based on our attendance at the meeting last week and based on the the discussion that we've had up to this point. But I can just give my 2 cents on having worked with Mr. Graff for decades now on transactions just like this. I commend the authority for
attorney. That won't be necessary.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Hearing no other questions, we can move for a vote. So again, this will be voting to approve resolution 2026-06. Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittsford,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody,
Aye.
Commissioner Elliott,
Aye.
Commissioner Hardeman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner McCray, Commissioner McCray,
I don't know if it's working. Aye.
Commissioner Parker.
Is it working? Can you hear me?
Ma'am, yeah, we can hear you, Commissioner McCray.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Parker, sorry.
Aye.
Motion, resolution approved.
Thank you.
Okay. Next resolution is Resolution 2026-07. It's a resolution authorizing the Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority to sell the improved real property located at 2124 North 29th Street to Anna Julie Cooper Fiscal School, and authorizing the Chief Executive Officer for his designee to execute and deliver any and all documentation required to consummate such sale on behalf of the Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority. Is there a motion for consideration?
So move.
Commissioner Brody. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Parker? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we can move for a vote. Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittsford,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody,
Aye.
Commissioner Elliott,
Aye.
Commissioner Hardeman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner McCray,
Aye.
Commissioner Parker.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Resolution approved. Next resolution is Resolution 2026-08. It's a resolution approving the contract between RRHA and Oceans 10 Security to continue to provide security camera services in the Big Six and senior properties, and authorizing the Chief Executive Officer to execute the contract on behalf of RRHA. Is there a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Commissioner Pittsford, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Brody? Is there any discussion? And I know Ms. Orsini's here for any questions.
Yeah, I have a question. So with this security side, you said it's supposed to be for senior sites, and what else? What other side again? I didn't hear that.
All big six, the big six in the security.
All the Big Six.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's security camera.
So my question was, I wanted to know, are they actually working and doing what they're supposed to be doing? Like, are they good?
Yes, Madam Chair McCray, I'll take that question. So two things. Again, this is for the Big Six and our senior sites.
Okay.
And if the board members recall, last year, our chief of police, when he made a presentation to the board, he gave his opinion and talked in glowing ways about how these cameras are a vital tool for RPD, and they're trying to track down folks who commit crimes in the Big Six. And he spoke in favor of it and was very hopeful that we do continue with it. And so to date, they work extraordinarily well.
Okay, so they know for sure that the cameras are working. So the cameras are located where they are so they can see what's going on, or how does the cameras work?
Yes. That's what the police commissioner came before all of you last year and said, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was double checking because it really, really matters to those seniors that has to go outside and it's dark, or say, something happens to them. I wanted to ask to make sure that these cameras are catching if somebody do something to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Stephen, if we can we differentiate, because I'm hearing you say Big Six, and my colleague Commissioner McCray is to be inclusive of Big Six, but she's specifically speaking to the senior sites. Do these cameras also cover those sites as well?
Right.
Yes. Yes. So this covers the Big Six and our senior sites.
Okay. Because I was a little worried about that. I want to make sure they're safe and nothing is happening to them. Not saying that somebody can rush out there and immediately help or whatever, but if it's caught on camera, then you can catch the person that's doing what they're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Also,
but that was all for that one.
This Commissioner Brody, the cameras are not monitored 24 hours. So if something happened, you need like a timestamp, and if you provide like a timestamp, they can find out what happened.
Are there any other questions?
Has the location of the cameras, have they been determined to be an effective location, or is there any consideration of maybe replacing them or moving? Because I think it's for 91 cameras according to the resolution. Is there any discussion of relocating or moving the cameras to make them more effective?
That's a great question. According to Police Chief Edwards, the answer is no. He believed that where they're currently positioned, that they're in what's considered the hot spots. And so we have, Commissioner Elliott, two areas, hot spots and what we call sort of our medium or soft spots. And so these cameras are specifically positioned in what is called our hot spots, sir.
Thank you.
So I have a question about that. Since you just said that, if they learn, if the community learn that those are the spots and they commit crimes in other areas, then what happens? What happens then?
Yeah, then, so let me correct the record. So it's not exclusive in the hot spots, because think about it. They're at our senior sites. The senior sites, you look at our crime statistics, are not, the heaviest crimes do not occur in our senior sites. So it's not exclusively in our, these cameras are not exclusively deployed at our hotspots only. Again, an example of that is that there are senior sites, and the crime statistics do not show that our senior sites are considered hotspots.
Okay, and do y'all know exactly like how many of those cameras are located? Do y'all know where they're located at? Like how many are they?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to check, make sure. I believe there's like over 90 cameras located. But I just want to point out that we also have, we've also been upgrading the camera system, not through this same vendor, but through another vendor inside the buildings as well. So we're putting additional cameras at the senior site specifically inside the units or inside the buildings as well.
Curiously, thank you for bringing that point to light. Why two different vendors, and would it be cost effective if we were to use the same vendor for internal purposes with a discount?
There are two different types of cameras. The tsunami cameras are like basically outdoor cameras. They have different capabilities than the cameras that we use inside of the units. Tsunami doesn't do indoor cameras. They only do the outdoor cameras.
Yes, ma'am. So our outdoor camera vendor, do they not have access to the technology for interior views?
No, they don't. So Tsunami does not provide that. Tsunami is specifically their algorithm of that camera is really for crimes that occur, particularly when the assailant begins to move. And that's where they specialize. They do not do interior. And it catches the assailant when he begins to run and move, and the eyes of the Tsunami follow.
Okay.
I had a question, Chairman.
By all means, Chairperson, Chairwoman. I mean, Commissioner Bridgeford. Sorry.
I understand. I just want to know who will own the cameras. Will
Are
RRHA
rented.
own them, or the police will own them?
Oh, no, we don't own them, and neither does the police. They're rented. That's the only way that Tsunami does their cameras, is through a rental. They're just monitored by the police, so the police are able to pull that video down off of those cameras and use it for, investigating crimes.
I mean, can RRHA access that, or they have to access it through the police?
No, we can access
We can
it as well,
access
yeah.
both the police department and RHA access, but sometimes we go on there and we actually pull down the tapes for things that we are pursuing, particularly when there's, let's say we have a violent case or something's happened. So both the police department and RHA has the ability to pull down the tapes.
Okay, but we are paying for them, right?
That is correct.
Okay, all right, thank you. I have no further questions.
I do have one question as a follow-up, Commissioner Pickford. So if the cameras are rental, can we at the end of the rental or the next term as the bid goes out, look for a company that we can buy the cameras and then just do the maintenance?
That's actually what we have been talking about internally. This would be our last one without, as far as a renewal, and that next year we will pursue other options just to see what's out there.
And we would want to do that, Commissioner Lewis, in partnership or consultation with RPD, because RPD believes that in the industry, the Tsunami is the one that does the best as it relates to public housing authorities. They service probably 70% of housing authorities across the country. There are others out there, but yeah, we should, as Colleen mentioned, we've had that conversation. What we want to ensure that it would not be an inferior brand, and talk to the RPD about that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
There's no further questions. We'll move for a vote. So Commissioner Jackson.
Aye.
Commissioner Pittsford. Commissioner Pittsford. We'll come back. Commissioner Brody.
Aye.
Commissioner Elliott.
Aye.
Commissioner Hardeman.
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis.
Aye.
Commissioner McCray.
Aye.
Commissioner Parker.
Aye.
And again, Commissioner Pittsford. The ayes have it. Resolution approved. The next resolution is Resolution 2026-09, resolution approving the contract modification between RRHA and Vector Security and authorizing the CEO to execute the modification on behalf of RRHA. Do I have a motion for consideration?
So move.
Commissioner Parker, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner McCray. Are there any questions? And again, Ms. Orsini is here to answer any questions.
I did have a question in regards to the extent of the modification and what that would involve.
So what happened is at our 1611 over the Christmas holiday, the fire pump went out completely. And so we were able to secure an emergency backup pump, but the system fire pump along with the jockey system must be replaced. We will be on a temporary fire pump until this happens. Yeah, it just went completely out. I don't know what happened to cause it to go out, but it's totally failed now. And we are on a temporary system.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Colleen. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Hearing none, we'll move for a vote. Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittsford,
Aye.
Commissioner Brody,
Aye.
Commissioner Elliott,
Aye.
Commissioner Hardman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner McCray,
Aye.
and Commissioner Parker.
I think he's having some issues.
Commissioner Parker, are you with us?
Had to come back in. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
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 okay.
so we'll move back. Okay, resolution approved. Last resolution for tonight is resolution 2026-10. This is resolution approving the contract between RRHA and Jenny Rios Consulting to continue to provide program services to the HCVP department and authorizing the CEO to modify the contract on behalf of RRHA. Do I have a motion to consider?
So
Is
moved.
there a motion? Thank you, Commissioner Scott. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Brady. Are there any questions?
If you will remind me, Jenny Royce, they also provide research. Is this is separate from research, or am I off with vendors here?
Before I have Colleen answer that question, I just want to just double check and see if Fatima is on. She said she would try to be on. If not, she would let Colleen answer the question. Is Fatima on?
I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here. Yes, your memory serves you correct. They do assist with research, and that is what we are asking, is their continued assistance with recertification.
Okay, so thank you, Fatima. But last I understood, our research, because I'd had to go back to my notes, we were actually doing pretty well. And so what are we asking for specifically?
You are correct. So they came in and they've done such an awesome job. I am slated to have 9 full-time employees for housing specialists. We currently only have 6. With the assistance of Jenny Rios, they have come in and have assisted us in getting caught up in those recertifications. Of those 6 FTEs that I currently have, 4 of them were brought in about 5 months ago. So they are still training, onboarding, having caseloads of about 550 or so. And so what my fear is, I don't want us to fall behind, or the work that Jenny and her team has done to help us get on track. We want to be able to get back to our high performer standing and be able to keep going with what we have. So I'm asking to keep 3 of those FTEs vacant to be able to fund this additional assistance from Jenny Rios.
So you're saying you would like to maintain the vacant positions to have us pay for Jenny Rios' team, correct?
Yeah, so that would be the salaries and benefits that we will be paying for housing specialists to have Jenny and her team to continue to process them while we in-house continue to train staff. Those specialists that I have, again, have only been with the agency about 5.5 months, and want to be able to be intentional with them so that they don't run away and they will continue to stay. They've just been assigned their own caseloads. Caseloads are about 545 right now per specialist. And Jenny and her team have proven to be able to handle that workload. So just trying to balance it out. If I hire 3 brand new people, that means starting from the bottom and having to train them. Research is still going to be due. They're still going to continue to come in. So I'm trying to find a balancing and slow walk them in.
And thank you for explaining that. Let me ask you, once we get, well, let me back up. what's the next period of time you think might be required before we can peel back off of Jenny's consulting fees?
My goal is September. It is, I have given my, until we're going into this new fiscal year with all in-house staff is what I want to bring out. So I want to make sure I get back to my high performer standards, have these recertifications caught up, and then be able to bring all services back in-house. And the number of recertifications that she will be processing is a little bit less than what she had the last time. But she has proven that, and her team has proven to be able to get the work done seamlessly. And so I was really pleased with the work that she's done.
My last question, could your department benefit from interns learning this process who may be eligible for college credits or something to that extent?
Absolutely. I came in as fresh out of college, so I am the fruit that has spoken. So I was a fresh out of college, graduated from Virginia State, had no idea what was going on at RRHA, and I learned literally from the bottom. I did eligibility, I did recertifications. So that is one of the things that I am open to. We have discussed it with HR as a possibility. I think it's a program. I think it's something that I guess we have to develop, get the description and everything written up. But we have a younger team, and we're always open to training, to opportunities, to bringing in new people, fresher ways to get things done. So absolutely.
Thank you. And we heard that shout out to the HBCU. Stephen, did you hear what Ms. Fatima was sharing with us?
I heard exactly what she said, sir. I'm always very attentive. When my team speak, I get guidance from them. And so one of the other things I like to add is that it's important as we're focusing with the head of HR on retention. So, it's nice when we peel back those outside, like Jenny Rio says, providing that capacity building. We're also shifting at the same time for retention, because then you can find yourself a year later back into the same thing where you have fewer people, you've lost 3 or 4 people, and you look at the ratio of caseloads per individual, then you say, okay, I need to hire someone, and you find yourself again bringing someone to train. Last thing I want to say on this, we also pay particular special attention to our seniors, and we are doing what we did last year soon, and that is for our seniors who have particular challenges, particularly around maybe literacy and also around computer, who may not be as computer savvy, or they say, we just have problems navigating the portal. We also, like we did last year, I made sure that we took out a team to a community center, and we basically set up a little mini DMV, and we had some folks come in who could drive, and some vans, brought some folks in, and they were very, very appreciative. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Halbrook, the team of folks who did that, because again, they did that. It's kind of hard to do it exactly during the day, because it takes away from their hours, and they did a little bit during the day, but after hours. So we're paying close attention to recertification as relates to our seniors who may have particular challenges. That's all.
Are there any other questions? Hearing none, we can move for a vote. Commissioner Jackson?
Aye.
Commissioner Pitchford?
Aye.
Period.
Commissioner Brody? Commissioner Brody? Commissioner Elliott?
Aye.
Commissioner Hardman?
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis?
Aye.
Commissioner McCray?
Aye.
Commissioner Parker? Commissioner Parker? Okay, sir. And Commissioner Brady, one more time.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you. Ayes have it, resolution approved. Chair Jackson, that's all the resolutions for the night. Turn to you.
Well, thank you, Patrick, for your work. Thank each one of the staff members for putting together their perspective or respective resolutions. I want to thank each commissioner for being in attendance. And I want to encourage us all to continue as best as possible. I know that there are often conflicts for work or what have you, but encourage us to remember, if we can come together and meet and have quorums, these types of meetings won't be necessary unless of extreme importance. So thank you all. Unless there are any other comments or questions, my colleagues, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to speak up now. If not, we will call this meeting adjourned. None being recognized. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said thank you, everyone.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.